Lately I've been feeling things change. We've been working hard, no sleep, get it every day. And I swear that we ain't stopping till we pay. Yeah, the pressure on, gotta make it work, triple play, yeah.
This is Triple Play Fantasy Basketball. I'm your host, Coach James Lewis. On the other end, Doc Mendelson, Week 13. What up?
You know what, Coach? I'm going to start off. I got to give LeBron some praise, man.
Whoa. It is a new year. New year,
it is
new
a new
Doc.
year, new me. New me. Got to give him his flowers, man. He's been cooking.
He has. And
I say this because I'm going to probably disagree with you a lot this episode, so I gotta concede when you're right sometimes.
Yeah, butter me up to start the pod. Yeah, not just the 90 in 2 games, but this last game where he had 25. He's just dunking everything. He completely tore apart that Hawks defense, and it helps when the guys around you are playing pretty well. And one of our main guys featured is Dennis Schroder, who's shooting the hell out of the ball. Before we get into our pickups, which includes Dennis the Menace, one team has 2 games. So the Nets, the hottest team in the entire league, they only have 2. So that's some good rest for KD and Kyrie. Obviously, as owners, you don't like seeing them only having 2 games. 16 teams with 3 games, 13 teams with 4. To start off Monday, Tuesday, streamers, the Magic got 2 games. So think about some of those people that you might want to pick up, maybe even today on Sunday. Use up one of your pickups, get a couple games, and then drop loose weight. Let's just get into our pickup candidates. Number 1, I feel that Naji Marshall is taking the starting position with Zion going out. He's going crazy, 40% rostered. Kevon Looney, 46% rostered. Dennis Schroder, 42%. Dort, 55, which is a little high for one of our shows, but we decided to give him a mention after we told you to drop him. And then Tyus Jones, always good, safe pick to start things off before we get to our Told You Show section. Naji Marshall in the last week, 18 points, 5 boards, 2 assists, a 3, a block. We told you Zion is out, and he for the foreseeable future, the way he came up is just disappointing. As we're still waiting to see a full season from Zion, and he was playing really stellar basketball. Ingram still hasn't come back, but he is on a cusp. That's something to watch, because if Ingram does come back, I don't know if that's going to affect his playing time or not. What's your thoughts on Naji?
Career high in minutes at 24 this season. I mean, we're not telling you to pick up Herb Jones, because he's already been picked up. 5 steals last game, solidifying him in the steals court, by the way.
Oh, Herb Jones gets a mention by Doc.
Yeah. Oh, I haven't mentioned him in like 3 weeks. Naji, I mean, he's putting up the stats: 47 points over the last couple games, 6 steals. So doing his best Herb Jones impression, giving you 4 threes in those 2 games, 11 rebounds. And when you watch him play, he just looks the part too. He's fearless in attacking the rim. He plays good defense. I really love the culture they have in New Orleans. And they're sitting, I believe, 2nd in the West. So they might not rush Zion back. I know they said that it's going to be a 3-week injury, but they might be more conservative with him. So this could be a longer than, 3-4 weeks than we initially thought.
And then there's also Trey Murphy out there. He's 55% roster, but he's had a really good season. But right now, it's a couple more minutes going Marshall's way. So, and he's more available. So once you give him a look, Kevon Looney is, I don't know, he's rebounding the hell out of the ball. He's been a very good, solid fantasy contributor, which he hasn't really done in his career. He's just been a really good basketball player. But with Steph out, he's getting more touches, and he's more impactful for his team. So Kevon Looney, if he's out there, you should pick him up while he's getting 20 rebound games.
They've also played the Magic, the Pistons, and the Hawks. Wait till they play some good offenses.
Something to note. And then Dante DiVincenzo is still playing 30 to 35 minutes a game, so he might not wow you with points, but he's still a roster role player in 12-team leagues. Dennis Schroder shooting the crap out of the ball. He's had at least 4 3-pointers in the last 3 games, which for him is not like something of the norm. He hit 5 against Atlanta and just completely broke that defense down and open up the floodgates for basically a Lakers blowout. And last week, 24 points, 3 rebounds, couple assists. But like we mentioned, it's the 3 ball for him that has been the most impressive. And he had 32 points in the night that they gave LeBron a rest.
Yeah, I mean, you pretty much said it all. He had 4 steals against the Heat on the 4th.
Yeah.
So he's good sometimes for those pickpocket games. Everything we said, he's doing great, but he still is poor because he turned down that $80 million extension. Never forget.
Never forget. And now he's trying to play his way back to that type of stature. Games like how he did in Miami, which was his best game this season. That definitely helps. Thomas Bryant helps out too. The Lakers are rolling. They've won 5 in a row. Lou Dort, he's 55% rostered. He's been picked up, dropped a lot throughout the year. He's trying to live up to his, $87 million contract that he signed in the offseason, which still to me kind of makes me scratch my head. How did this guy get that? He did average 18 last year. In the last 2 weeks, he's averaging 16. I think on the year, only 14. So not quite as much production. Doesn't fill everything up. He's been somebody I've had in one of my teams rostered, and I've always thought to click to get rid of him, but I'm weak at the shooting guard position, so I've held on to him. I don't know. What's your feelings on Lou Dort? He's not my favorite.
I love a guard that has more rebounds than assists. That shows a little bit of grit, James. And
no, it just shows that he doesn't play making. He doesn't dime. That's all that says.
You're the pessimist. I'm the optimist. No, you know what's funny? We talked about Jalen
averages 3 rebounds, and I love a guard that gets more rebounds than assists. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You know what's funny? We were talking about Jalen Williams last week, and I said we're going to talk about a new Thunder guy, and then we're going to talk about a new Thunder guy next week. I mean, you pretty much hit the nail on the head with Lou Dort. I mean, he got paid. He's getting a little bit more minutes recently. He got 30, which was the highest he's had in probably 2 weeks. Gives you decent percentages, giving you some steals. He's averaged about 2 over the last couple weeks. So
it's I think the difference between owning him and not is if he's hitting enough threes. Because last year he was around 3 a game, and this year it's dropped to 2. And actually, I mean, it adds up throughout the year. I'm still pro Jalen Williams over him all freaking day. That's my fantasy pickup of the year. And when he's coming up in our Told You So section, but if I got to choose between the two, I'm giving me J-Dub. Tyus Jones.
Condom alert.
Safety pick. He's had 8 assists in 3 of the last 4 games. He's somebody if Ja goes down, it's he's a must own. But even when Ja is not playing, he plays with Ja. He's one of the best backup point guards in the entire NBA. He has been for the last 3 years, if not the best. 13 points, 7 assists. Assists are hard to come by. And throughout his career, he's improved his 3-pointers and 3-point percentage year in and year out. So shout out Tyus. And if you need a safe pickup, give him a look.
Literally the fantasy handcuff for him.
Yes. Yep. More so than any other player I can think of. Told you so, guys. J-Dub, we just mentioned him. He had a baller game against San Antonio, 4 steals, 6 dimes. He's a guy that, gets more rebounds than assists if you're looking at the number, but that's over 4. So I like him. Gafford, you know how I feel about him.
Wait, no, I don't know. You've never talked about him on the show before.
Love Gafford, especially with him starting. He's shooting, he shoots over 70% because all he does is catch lobs. He blocks shots. He gets boards. He makes the Wizards play better basketball when he's in. So, that's Daniel Gafford definitely gets a mention here.
I can't talk smack on him, by the way. I just want to let you know that you're right. You're right, James. You're right.
I'm right this time. Well, how's Rui doing?
Rui's been doing well. Thanks for asking.
All right. So we'll see if he comes back next week.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry that he had a down game of 5 points, but before that, double digits in the last 6.
Talk about not doing anything but scoring the basketball. To somebody that does a little bit of everything, Bruce Brown. On the season, he's been just a stud for Denver, just filling in the gaps, and he's a great cutter. He can pass the ball. He shoots the open 3, gets some steals. Maybe not the prettiest, flashiest game, but that guy can hoop. And in the last week, 13 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 threes. Still, that's rosterable anywhere. It's 55%, so it's hard to find him, but you got to get him if he's out there.
He's been making the most out of his minutes. You got to love someone that does that. And as you talked about, not even someone that needs to shoot the ball. He's only had 2 double-digit shot attempts in the last 5 games, but he's given you some rebounds, some assists. January 5th against the Clippers, he had 4 stocks. So he's somebody that, night in, night out has a different role and isn't afraid to change.
And we talked about Tyus Jones being safe. He's as safe as it gets when it comes to
contraceptives.
Yeah, there we go. Safety first here at Triple Play Fantasy. Vic Oladipo, is he having a resurgence of his career? He looked so against Utah. He had 23 points, hit 4 threes, and then recently in his most recent game against Phoenix with Tyler Hero, he had 26 points, hit another 4 threes, getting steals like crazy. He's not playing back-to-backs, so we're not saying this is a guaranteed pickup, but it's cool. It's cool to watch, and he's playing good basketball. So I'm happy for Vic. Yeah. Then if you didn't hear, that's how Doc feels about Victor Oladipo. He's got he doesn't want him.
I can't. Hey, he's repping Silver Spring. I can't hate on him.
There we go.
You said you nailed it. He's not playing back-to-backs.
Shout out to Massive Basketball. Kyle Anderson, slow-mo. Slowly back on track as he missed some time. I think it was some back soreness. I don't know what the injury was.
Back spasms.
Oh, back spasms. Okay. Well, he's back in the fold without Karl Anthony Towns. 12 points, 4 boards, 6 assists, a couple threes, giving you those defensive stats that we love from Kyle Anderson. Small forward, power forward, eligible.
Naj Reid been hurt too, so he's
give him a look in the meantime. All right, watch candidates are for some people. He's going to tell you to pick them up. We got Patrick Williams, Landry Shamet.
Yes!
All right, we've been waiting. He's been waiting. He's been begging me for weeks to put this guy on here. Why should people at home pick up Patrick Williams?
I mean, look, just fitting in the contraceptive. I mean, he's safe. He gives you the minutes. He's averaging 29 on the season. He's played more than that the last 4 games. Gives you some scoring. 22 points against the Nets. But he gives you some rebounds as well. Been averaging 7 or getting 7 for a couple of those. And he just does a little bit of everything. He doesn't hurt you at all. And he helps in all those categories. And he's under the radar.
The most impressive thing that I like about Patrick Williams, did you know that he's like close to a 93% free throw shooter?
No, I didn't know that.
Well, hopefully that translates to him being able to shoot the 3 ball in the long term, because that's what kind of
41% from 3. That's not even bad.
Well, and when you go, what was it, 4th overall in the draft, you have big expectations, and there's been rumors that he was not included in some trades, and the Bulls aren't going anywhere. So on the trade deadline, if they move, like say Zach LaVine or Vucevic, he could get more usage rate, and he could be more of a fantasy contributor. So I do kind of like the upside of a Patrick Williams. And
say it again, James. Say it again.
Safety right now. I guess the truth serum just came out. Damn it. Landry Shamet, starting for the Suns. He had 2 31-point games. I just left him down there just so if you forgot, where he hit 16 threes in two games. Then he had the Achilles soreness and just missed a bunch of basketball. He's back now, and he's back in the starting role. 16 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists if you're rounding up in the last 2 weeks, 3 3-pointers made. That's a lock, but it's hard to trust a Shaman. Those Achilles injuries come back to you, and the Suns' backcourt has just been suffering injuries this entire year.
They have been. He's somebody I think is more of a streamer at this point, or he's that first cut guy, because he will give you some 31-point games, but then first game back from Achilles soreness, 6 points, 2 of 9 from the field, 2 of 6 from 3. And he's shooting 39% from the field for this season, so not exactly someone that's helping you in that category.
Yeah, for sure. And kind of to close things out, Jayshawn Tate came back for the first time in a long time. Somebody will watch. Montrezl Harrell is playing good basketball for the 76ers. But I wanted to end with 2 rookies. Ochai Agabi, before we talk about Jaden Hardy. Ochai Agabi, in the last 2 games, he had 21 minutes, and he dropped 19. He hit 4 threes in the game before. Against Houston, he had 11 points. He hit 3 3-pointers. So he's one guy to watch. He's somebody that they got in that Donovan Mitchell trade, the first round pick for Cleveland, the player of the year at Kansas, led his team to a championship. But Jaden Hardy, man, if you're a fan of the game of basketball, you got to love his ability to create spaces and score at will. He was completely dominating the G League. They just cut Kemba Walker. And if he gets minutes, he is going to fill up the stat sheet. And he might be a steal when we look back in a couple years for Dallas.
He's going to be someone when Luka's out or Dinwiddie's out.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
he could drop 20 plus on a given day. I was
going to say
quarter. we all got to love him besides Kemba Walker. He's the reason why Kemba didn't have that guaranteed contract rest of the season.
No. Yeah, I mean, and look, you're not going anywhere with that. So this is the better move. And so, 30 points in the last 2 games and limited minutes. Keep an eye out for him because if those minutes go even mid-20s, he's going to be producing enough for you to get
2 steals last game in 21 minutes. Like, I mean, that's the thing. When you're a young guy like him, he's 20 years old. Like, he can't even drink alcohol yet. He's trying to do everything he can to get on that court. So he's going to be playing intense.
He's probably drinking alcohol on the side, but that's neither here nor there.
No, James.
He's 19-year-olds don't drink alcohol. We know that.
He's a law-abiding citizen.
All right. So streamers, Monday, Tuesday next week. So just to keep an eye out if you want to pick somebody up to stream for Monday, Tuesday, maybe somebody from the Bucks like a Grayson Allen.
Speaking of Bucks Raptors, that was the worst game that turned into the best game on ESPN last week.
How so?
There was 28 points, I think, combined in the first quarter. Then the Bucks blew a 16-point lead with 1:30 left and won in overtime.
There we go. The Bucks are not playing great basketball. That's something to
lost at home to Charlotte. Yikes!
Yeah, they should get Crowder somehow. Bucks. We want Crowder to play though. Yeah, or Eric Gordon. We like that. All right. So if these guys are out there, go pick them up. That's week 13 for Doc. I'm Coach Lewis. We'll see you next time.
Lately I've been feeling things change. We've been working hard, no sleep, get it every day. And I swear that we ain't stopping till we pay. Yeah, the pressure on, gotta make it work, triple play, yeah.